Martin, after the disappointment at Newcastle, there were as well a few injury concerns that had been picked up. Sasha Rita, Aaron Hughes, for example, obviously Kieran, who was out anyway. Can you give us an update on who's back, who's fit, who's available for tomorrow's game?
Of course, we all complain about these international weeks, and it's horrible, because you lose them. We played that match. Of course, you want to talk about it. You want to do some training sessions. We couldn't, but on the other hand, there is a few advantages as well. That is, for example, Sasha Rita, who sprained his ankle and he's fit now. The other one, which is a bit disappointing, is Darren Bent. He will be out with a hamstring injury because we played a game, 60-minute game against under-21s, and he had a very tight hamstring, and the medical staff decided not to give him opportunity to play. But he will be fine, I think, next week against Chelsea. For the rest, Amor Abieta went to Venezuela, was on the bench for 90 minutes, played the second game, so he's fit, he's back. Kieran Richardson, of course, was injured 4 weeks. He will be in contention tomorrow to play.
That's a lot sooner than you thought with Kieran.
People say it's a lot sooner, but it's still 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I feel that if a player is out for more than 1 or 2 weeks, it's always disappointing, and you don't want that. But he was out for 4 weeks. After going to Germany to Dr. Müller-Wohlfahrt, and he told us that it will be 3 or 4 weeks, and it was 4 weeks. So who else is there? I think that's it.
I think that's it.
More or less.
We haven't spoken since the last day of the transfer window, when at 11 p.m. almost we brought in Zverotic from Montenegro. Can you tell us a little bit about him, what you expect from him?
As you know, we needed a player who was flexible and versatile, because Sasha Rita, for example, went off against Newcastle, and Brixie with his left foot had to play right back. And sometimes that is possible, but I needed another Chrissy Baird, who could play right back, and he's a right back, but he can play midfield. Why can he play midfield? For his national team Montenegro, and we all know Montenegro is playing against England, he's playing in midfield. So that is a very good thing, he can play right back, midfield, can play left back. So that is why I took him under very good conditions, and hopefully he will turn out to be one of the buys of the season, because Zveretic was man of the match against England. He always plays in the national team of Montenegro, who are they top of the league or second? I think they're second. I think England is top of the league now. Okay, so but that means that the boy can play on that level. So we are very, very happy that Zvero is here. And
has he settled? Has he looked good in training?
He came in after his match, and he as if he was always here. He played. He's fit. That is the main thing. So normally, you got players in like Bent, of course, didn't play for Aston Villa. Adel Tarap didn't play for QPR, and I can always say, you have to take them when they're bad. But Zveretic wasn't bad. Zveretic was playing for his team, young boys. He played for Montenegro all the matches, so he's fit to play.
You haven't really been able to start with the team that you played in pre-season. We've talked about that. With Fernando coming back, he hasn't made a start yet in the Premier League. Obviously, with Aaron's injury, you've got Philippe Senderos as an alternative. Would you risk him starting? Would you?
That is the main problem for all the managers in the Premier League. You would like to have him in pre-season. Of course, Fernando was here in pre-season and he did well, but he was injured. He injured his thigh, and up until now, so he was out for weeks. He's coming back now. The only decision is now, can he play with, for example, Brede, because Aaron is still out with injury. Kieran could come back, so I don't want to change and chop and play different defenses. So I have to think about it. But of course, Philippe Senderos is still here, and we know that he can do a good job. Sasha Rita is fit, so I don't think there will be a big change. But I feel that after the Newcastle game, you saw again they had more crosses than before this season. I think they had 25 crosses, and you don't want that. You want to defend properly, and you want to keep a clean sheet. And if you look at us, our last 3 away matches was against Swansea. We kept a clean sheet, 3-0. We played against Sunderland, 1-0. So we kept a clean sheet there. And then we played against Newcastle, which was the 3rd away match, and we conceded 1 goal. So that was very disappointing. So there's always 2 things, when on the ball, we have to create things. I think we've got the players now to do well. The only thing is, what is the best team? Adel Tarap to play with Berbatov and Kakani Klic, who's very energetic, and against Newcastle, I saw that we lacked a little bit of energy. You know, we looked a bit laggy, and hopefully now, Roos came back, was man of the match against America. He did ever so well. They qualified Costa Rica for the World Cup, so that is great news. Kasami scored 2 goals in the under-21s of Switzerland. That was probably his first 2 goals, so he's making big steps. So there's good signs for the future. The only thing for me now is to get the best team, to get them fit. Because if you come over like Darren Bent and Adel Terapt and Scott Parker, you know, they didn't play a lot of games in their clubs. So for us, I won't say that we need time, because there's no time. We need to win. Then we need to win tomorrow, for example. But I feel that if we get the results in the next couple of matches, in a couple of weeks' time, we will have our best team and we will gel together. And I think we will have a very good team, because if you look at the positions, we've got two good players in any position. So we are getting there.
But you look statistically at the Newcastle game, and you played obviously with Darren Bent up front and Dimitar sort of dropping behind. There wasn't that many creative moments going forward. What are you doing to counter that offensively?
But after that game, I saw that Berbatov linked up with our midfield players, and that was okay. But we never played forward, so we never played the ball forward. We had 2 good opportunities in the first half. 2 good runs with Kakaneklic and Ben behind the defence, but we miscontrolled the ball. But in the second half, nothing happened. It looked like a possession game. And we had probably 50% possession, but that is not what you want. You know, I would prefer 30% possession and score 3 goals. So I had a word with Berbatov, and he knows if he plays in that role, he has to link up with Bent. You know, we have to play forward instead of. But you know the problem with Dimitar. You know, if you win, everybody will say he's the best man on the pitch, and if you lose a game, they will say he's strolling in the park, because that is how it looks. And I can't change him. The only thing is, 5 days later, he played for against Celtic with Stilian Petrov in that testimonial game, and he scored a hat-trick again. You know, and that is what he should do for us. Play up front or play in the hole, doesn't matter. Berbatov is a fantastic player. Darren Bent can be a fantastic player. So the only thing for me now is to get the right balance and train and exercise and instruct them and try to play good football. And that is the main thing for us.
And tomorrow, you've already said how important it is, obviously with the away game coming up at Chelsea as well the following week. The focus is on 3 points. It's for you what needs to be achieved tomorrow. We need a win. We need a result. But don't forget, there's more clubs. We've got 3 points. We could have been on no points. You know, we played Arsenal, Newcastle away, Sunderland away. We've got 3 points. But now we have to do the business, and hopefully the fans, you know, who will see me now, maybe I don't know how many fans, but they have to support us. They have to stay behind us, because it's a new team. We need the support of our fans, and then we will give them, you know, if they give us a finger, then we will give them a hand, you know. That is what our intentions are. We wish you luck tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.